Greetings from Fortis Malar Hospital, Chennai. Dr. Nitya Ramuthi here. Today, my topic will be postpartum. Postpartum is that soon after delivery, a duration of 6 weeks is called postpartum. In this, the first thing is early ambulation, means soon after delivery, after she has taken sufficient rest, she is advised to get up and go to the restroom. Of course, the midwife will help her to go to the restroom, and soon after that, we allow her to sit comfortably in a chair. And we also give her a footstool to rest her feet and a pillow to be kept on the lap so that she has to be ready to breastfeed the baby. But before that, we make sure that she has a warm drink and food and she feels comfortable. So, after keeping a pillow on her lap, then we tell her how to clean the nipple. The midwife or the lactational specialist will tell her to take a cotton, dip in warm water, clean the nipple, and press the milk out from the nipple. What she initially gets is only colostrum, but when you press it out, any clots in the pores will get released, so that for the child to suckle, it will be easy. Then the child is brought forward to the mother, and the mother is allowed to hold the child close to her bosom. Then the lactation specialist or the midwife will tell her how to hold the child comfortable. The child also has to be held comfortably for breastfeeding. So initially, she's asked to feed the baby for half an hour. Because the child also is the first experience, the child's cheeks will hurt. So a child will give a gap and then suckle. So we ask him to feed for half an hour on the one breast. Then 3 hours later on the other breast. But initially the first 2 days, the milk flow may not be sufficient. So the child has to have a top feed. So this is decided by the pediatrician. What formula milk is good for the baby. So the first 2 days, along with the breast milk, the child may require a formula feed. So now we tell the mother the kind of good nutritious food she must eat, along with fruits and warm milk to drink, health drinks, and certain things like garlic and chia seeds and your things like fruits, everything. Those things which help to increase the milk flow, we advise them to take. So after 2-3 days, the milk flow is sufficient. So generally she feeds for half an hour. Then she burps the baby and puts the baby in the cot close to her. So the bonding between her and the baby is very important. So breastfeeding is every 3 hours once is advised, or when the child cries for the feed accordingly. So when she feeds, sometimes the next breast will leak. So when there's leaking from the other breast, so we have to use the breast pump. With the help of the breast pump, she can extract the milk and keep it in the fridge, and she can use it for the next feed. This milk has to be utilized within 4 hours. You cannot keep it more than that. So this is how breastfeeding is. So then one thing we tell her is not to feed the child more than half an hour, because the child only requires 30 ml of milk only. So if you feed it for more than half an hour, sometimes cracked nipples will come. In case of cracked nipples, what we do is we take the cotton, dip in water, clean the nipple very well, and apply the nip care ointment. If it really hurts you, then you don't do direct breastfeeding. You use the breast pump to extract the milk, and you can bottle feed the baby. That's the other solution you have. Sometimes the breast is heavy with milk and sometimes causes mastitis or engorgement. If you have engorgement, use cold compression. Extract the milk out. Immediately go and meet your obstetrician, and then she will guide you how to go for whether you need an antibiotic or so forth. So the most important thing is you should use cold compression and take the milk out. Otherwise, you might end up having a breast abscess. The next problem that the mother normally feels is that she has after pains. This she normally feels when she's breastfeeding, because during breastfeeding the uterus also contracts, and at the same time discharge of blood is also more. So that is after pains will be there for 3-4 days, and subsequently the after pain disappears. This is because the uterus has to contract and go back to its normal shape. So this happens. And remember that every 4 hours they are asked to change the napkin, so that the episiotomy wound will not get infected. At the same time, infection should not set in. So this is very important. Remember, girls, that you have to change your napkins every 4 hours once. And make sure you hydrate yourself well. For breastfeeding, a lot of water is required. Minimum 2 to 3 liters of water you must drink. Why? Because you need for breastfeeding. Secondly, to prevent urinary tract infection, and also to prevent constipation. Now, the most important thing will be episiotomy. How do you take care of this episiotomy wound? When you wash, you must wash the wound from the vulva downwards towards the anus and apply antibiotic ointment. The most important thing here will be sitz bath. Twice a day you have to have sitz bath. In the potty, you put warm water and few drops of betadine lotion and you sit on top of it. So that steam inhalation helps. You can do it twice a day. Of course, for the pain, doctor prescribes analgesics also, but on the second or third, more so on the third, fourth day, the wound really hurts you. So we ask him use a pillow, sit on a pillow. At the same time, use cold compression to ease the pain because we don't want you to take strong painkillers. Fine, because it may upset the child's stomach. So episiotomy wound is you must take good care of this episiotomy wound. Every time when you go to the restroom, remember to wash the wound from above downwards. Remember that, and apply the antibiotic cream a lot so that wound heals faster. And make sure you don't constipate. If you constipate, the stitches might give way. So you must always take, normally the doctor prescribes a stool softener. So along with the stool softener, you must also drink plenty of water, have plenty of fruits and roughage so that you do not constipate, because constipation makes you feel very miserable. Then another thing is you must have sufficient sleep in the night. You must have sufficient. If you do not have elders or anyone, then at least employ a skilled nurse to take care of the baby the night so that we have sufficient rest. Otherwise, you become so overwhelmed and exhausted. Now, another common thing that few patients undergoes puerperal blues. That is, they feel a little low or they feel overwhelmed in the sense that they get worried. Am I capable of taking care of the baby? Will I be able to breastfeed the baby? Will I be able to take care of the baby? All this kind of anxiety comes then. So, but we guide them. There's nothing to worry. We are always there with you. Sometimes we send them to a counselor to get them counseled. But in these situations, emotional support from the husband and family is very, very important. If there are no elders, husband must be very, very supportive. And of course, we doctors are always very supportive of our patients. We help them out a lot. We give them our contact numbers to call us in time of distress. Fine. So this puerperal blues. And also we advise them take iron, calcium and vitamin D replacements are very important. And then at the time of discharge, all this advice is given and we watch them. Normally after normal delivery, they are in the hospital for 2 days. With C-section, they are there for 4 days. Now I come to C-section. C-section, the same rules follow. But only thing, the scar, we tell them to apply a clean towel and keep a cold compression or warm compression. Either way, in the rainy seasons, we ask them to keep warm compression on the wound so that induration will not take place, because every 4 hours once they get up and feed, the wound might hurt. So we cannot give strong painkillers other than analgesics. So we ask them to use compression, warm compression or cold compression on the wound. The same things follow. What we advise for the normal delivery, same thing follows to the C-section also. Nowadays we do not use stitches, we only use absorbable stitches, so there is no stitch to be removed. Then we ask them to come back after 6 weeks. After 6 weeks, when they come back to see us, we check the patient's BP, weight. Then the breast is examined to see there is no cracked nipple or no sore wound or anything. Then the skin tone is identified. The skin tone is lax. Then we teach them tummy exercises and also back exercises, because every time they sit up and breastfeed the baby, so we teach them back exercises so that they do not have low backache, and also this. So uterus is also examined to see whether it is involuted and come back to its normal size. There's no foul smelling discharge, everything. And also the episiotomy wound is seen whether it's healed very well. A C-section wound is also examined to see whether it's healthy. Then we also do a pap smear is also taken. Subsequently, we discuss the most important thing is contraception, whether they want to have a permanent or a temporary contraception. Temporary will be either barrier, or they can use a condom, or they use a copper T or a Mirena. These are the temporary methods. The permanent will be laparoscopic sterilization. Above all, not the least, is your vaccine, your human papilloma virus vaccine. We discussed about it. There are 3 doses to be given. The first month, 2 months later, and 6 months later. This is to prevent cancer cervix. I hope you enjoyed this. If you have any doubts, you can always write to us. Have a great day. Bye.